The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com.
Since 1935, one event has brought us together for the passion, the pageantry, and the celebration of the upper echelon of college football. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. New Year's Eve at noon. Don't miss El Paso's greatest game.
What's going on, everybody? It is the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, hanging out with you here on this Thursday evening, pre-evening, afternoon, whatever it is that you want to call it. We are here getting you ready for Thursday night football. Is it going to be another disastrous evening game, standalone game like what we saw on Monday Night Football, where it was that atrocious Eagles versus Chargers game? Or is it actually going to be fun? And I'm leaning towards the former because the Buccaneers and the Falcons have just not been fun to watch as of recent. They haven't been competitive really as of recent. And it just makes you feel like this is going to be another one of those Thursday night letdown games. But I will tell you this. Sometimes bad football teams get together and create fun games for us to watch as fans. And I feel like that might be what we are about to experience here on this Thursday night football day and as we get ready to get there. Now, the Atlanta Falcons have nothing to play for. Absolutely nothing to play for. Meanwhile, you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and you see this team and you say to yourselves, man, if the ball bounces a couple of ways for Tampa Bay, they could be better, right? And that's all you really want from them is you just want Tampa Bay to be a little bit better. We came into this season thinking that Tampa Bay was going to run away. I can't say we, most of us, came into the season thinking that Tampa Bay would run away with this conference. And they just haven't done that, especially at the beginning of the season. You could have looked at Tampa Bay at the beginning of the season and thought to yourself, man, this team is really good, right? Like there was a case for Baker Mayfield to be in the MVP conversation. There was all kinds of stuff that was, pointing up for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then you fast forward to now. And yes, Mike Evans was hurt. Mike Evans might be available today. Yes, Emeka Egbuka got hurt. Yeah, Bucky Irving got hurt. And yet it still felt like there was something there with Tampa Bay that they might be able to overcome all this because Baker Mayfield is a guy that we all want to believe in. Baker Mayfield is a guy that we all want to be like, you know what? I've got faith in Baker. But it just hasn't really worked out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 7-6 right now. Percentage points over the Carolina Panthers, which have been a very surprising team. Once again, my hat off to the Carolina Panthers, their fan base. I was 100% wrong about them because I thought Carolina would be a laughingstock. I had Carolina finishing third in the division ahead of New Orleans because I thought New Orleans was going to be very, very bad. New Orleans is very, very bad, but the Panthers, not so much. The Panthers are good. Congratulations, Carolina. You finally got yourself a halfway decent football team in the Charlotte area. You look at Tampa Bay, and you see what they've got working for them right now. It's one that they're playing the Atlanta Falcons, right? Like this should be an automatic victory for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not hating on the Atlanta Falcons by any means. Drake London's out. Michael Penix is on the IR, so you're going to have Kirko back there throwing the ball. Like it just doesn't feel like it's set up right now for success. Yeah, you got Bijan. Yeah, you got Kyle Pitts. But it just, again, like it doesn't feel like it. Because you would take Baker Mayfield, right? Like you look at the top 4 to 5 players in this game, and 4 of them are going to be on the Tampa Bay side. It really feels like Tampa Bay should run away with this game. But we've also seen Tampa Bay struggle a lot, and it hasn't been pretty for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's been, these ugly grind out games. They lose games that they shouldn't have lost. And it really lets you, like it really reminds you that, man, they are far away from being the team that we thought they were. They've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. To show you how hot they were, they lost 4 out of their last 5 games. That means they were 6-2. 6-2. And then right now they're staring at a 7-6 record. You barely lose to the Patriots, get dominated by the Bills, get dominated by the Rams. You lose to the Saints, which should have been a team that you should have beaten because the New Orleans Saints are objectively bad. You get a win against the Cardinals, but who doesn't get a win against the Cardinals? I saw a post talking about the Arizona Cardinals. I saw a post that they were the fan base that drinks the heaviest during the NFL season. Let me see if I can get the rankings here. Okay, so here it is. We will go to the Sports Handle website here. Which NFL fans drink the most? This has something different, though, than the Arizona Cardinals. November 6, 2025. We get this. NFL fan bases that drink the most. You would think that my Dallas Cowboys would be one of them, right? Like with as bad as the Dallas Cowboys have been over the last few years. And with as heavy as I drink during the games watching the Dallas Cowboys, you would think that the Dallas Cowboys will be one of those teams that has, that tops the chart here. So let's see what the metrics are. For plenty of NFL fans, this is according to Action. Trying to get the name of the website here. actionnetwork.com. For plenty of NFL fans, game day starts well before kickoff. Outside stadiums, tailgates double as block parties inside. Fans pay steep prices to keep a beer in hand through 4 quarters. The calendar even lines up this year. National Beer Lovers Day is Sunday, September 7th, as the season gets rolling. To mark the occasion, Action Network surveyed 3,058 fans in August 2025 to map out drinking habits around the league. The study looked at pre-gaming, in-stadium consumption, and heavy drinking, defined here as 5 or more drinks at a time. Oh, something happened there. I wonder what happened. I must have been reported by somebody. Oh, no. No, well, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. We'll see what happened with that, because that looks like some hating-ass hater got mad at me with that. So there are the... I got to see how that impacts the page, but okay, we will continue for now. So those are your parameters: pre-gaming, stadium consumption, and heavy drinking. The key findings at the top of the list were 18.5% of surveyed Cardinal fans qualified as heavy drinkers, the highest overall share. The Buffalo Bills and Houston Texans are next at 15.9 and 15.7%, respectively, in the heavy drinker group. The Texans lead in the in-game drinking portion of it, with 80% of surveyed Houston Texans fans saying that they drink during the games. 19% met the heavy drinker threshold in the stadium. Steelers drink the least in stadium, with only 49% of Pittsburgh's fans saying that they drink at all during the games, and 7% reported that they drink more than 5 drinks total. So looking at that right now, the heaviest drinkers to the least. The heaviest drinkers are the Arizona Cardinals, the Buffalo Bills. Let me see if I can share this, because I think this is worth looking at. There we go. We'll share it like that. You have the Arizona Cardinals, the Buffalo Bills, the Houston Texans, the Carolina Panthers, the Tennessee Titans, the Washington Commanders, the Los Angeles Chargers, the New York Giants, the New Orleans Saints, Jacksonville Jaguars, rounding out your top 10 right here. Once again, conspicuous that the Dallas Cowboys are not atop this list, because I can look at this list, right? And outside of Buffalo, you look at Arizona. Yeah, it's been a tough go for the Arizona Cardinal fan base. The Buffalo Bills, maybe they're drinking heavily because obviously, like pregame stuff, we see Bills Mafia going wild all the time. Like maybe it's something there that's going on with that. But you look at like Houston, Carolina, Tennessee, Washington, the Chargers, the Giants, the Saints, and the Jaguars. Those are teams that have had extended, if not prolonged, years of lack of success, right? Like they've been objectively bad. These teams have. And that would make sense as to why they would be the heaviest drinkers in all of the NFL. Then obviously Dallas Cowboys, like it speaks for itself. The Dallas Cowboys have been a disappointing franchise, the way I say it, a conveyor belt of disappointment time and time again with the Dallas Cowboys. The Rams, you kind of wonder with that one. Like maybe it's just, you go to LA, you have yourself a good old time. Maybe that's what they're doing there in that stadium, is just drinking, having themselves a good old time, because they've got a good team. And they've had a good team for quite some time. I feel like you drink more when your team lets you down than you do whenever your team is extremely successful, right? Like I feel like that's normally the parameter of how much alcohol is consumed. Because like whenever you're celebrating, you don't want to go over the top with it. The only time you go over the top is like with depression and whenever you're sad, and your NFL team contributes to that, right? So like I feel like that's what might happen here with some of these teams. And you see the Denver Broncos, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Atlanta Falcons, the Minnesota Vikings, the 49ers, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Browns. You would figure the Browns would be closer to the top of this list as well, as bad as they've been. The Eagles, they're just on this list because most of them can't drink anyway. They're all super young because they jumped on the bandwagon of becoming a Philadelphia Eagles fan. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they've been okay. The Jets have been bad. The Lions, like you should be celebrating Lions, success and things like that. Obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs near the bottom because they've been very successful, so you don't have to drink as heavy to try to forget the game like you do if you are a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. And then down at the bottom, it was kind of surprising to me to see this team down at the bottom, the Green Bay Packers, as the team that drinks the least when it comes to NFL games and things of that nature. So I was kind of surprised at that because, like, you think of Green Bay, you think of Wisconsin, you think of cheese, beer and cheese, they just go together. There's nothing else to do out there except for getting drunk. So maybe that's what I was thinking. But clearly I was wrong. Or, and this is just me playing devil's advocate because this list to me has a ton of flaws in it. They could be lying. All these people could be lying, right? You didn't observe them drinking. You just asked them how much they were drinking. And that to me becomes the problem. You're just like, hey, how much do you drink? And then you're going to have a guy who's like, oh, dude, I drink like 40 beers a night. We've all ran into that guy. The guy that drinks a 30-pack every weekend, right? No, you don't. We all know better. And if you do, go get help. That's the main thing. If you're drinking that heavily, go get help. So there is the possibility that there were some lies going on here. Once again, though, congratulations to the Arizona Cardinals for being the most drunk and debaucherous fan base in all of the NFL. And that's just the tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all your male grooming needs. Guys, I finally got my package right here from myhappynuts.com. Santa Balls is coming to town, which I am super excited about. Everyone should be excited about Santa Balls coming to town. And look at this. They've got the comfort powder, let it snow down below, give your nuts a jolly glow. I am loving all the rhymes that we've got going on right here. You've got the Happy Nuts Big Wood Body Wash, and then, of course, the comfort powder. So we are looking good here with all that. And then you saw in the little box, I'm going to open it here in front of everybody. Hopefully the box is easy to open and doesn't make me look like a nerd, but opening it here in front of everybody so that they can see what it is that we've got for the holidays here with www.myhappynuts.com. It is the ornament that you've been waiting for your whole life, hanging it from the tree, the www.myhappynuts Santa's Big Sack. Look at that. Santa's gift sack coming at you right there. Go online to www.myhappynuts.com. Look at all the bundles they have, especially for this holiday season, especially for that special someone in your life. If you're single, you more than likely need to go out there and start going on some dates, doing all those things like that. And maybe, just maybe, by using www.myhappynuts.com, you too can finally lose your virginity and have some fun out there. It's the best gift, the perfect gift for that man in your life this holiday season. Or if you're a lonely ass person, the best gift to give yourself, www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all of your male grooming needs. That's fun. I am so excited about this. You guys have no idea. I've been waiting for this influencer package. Santa Balls is coming to town. I finally got it. I am excited about it. It's going to be a good ass time. Okay. So we spoke a little bit about what was going on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons, right? And we've got to look at right now the possibilities of what could happen. I need to go back to my website, so I apologize. I'm filibustering right here, trying to get back to where I need to be. There we are. What could possibly happen here for the teams in the NFC South, right? Like Tampa Bay, again, like we said, they need to handle their business. They need to get their wins. They need to do their thing. And I look at this team and I see more or less a very flawed team. Whenever you juxtapose them to the rest of the teams in the NFC, let's look at the rest of the division leaders, right? The Los Angeles Rams, we can say, are the best team in the NFL. An argument could be made that they are the best team in the NFL. You look at the Green Bay Packers at 9-3-1, and you say to yourself, okay, if Green Bay made a deep playoff run, they make it to the NFC Championship game, hell, even if they make it to the Super Bowl, you would not be surprised, right? Like, that's a good team. You look at Philadelphia, you see a ton of flaws with Philadelphia. But again, that's the defending Super Bowl champion. They get to the playoffs, maybe they turn it on, maybe they make a deep run, right? You look at the Seattle Seahawks, who are currently in the first wild card spot at 10-3, the San Francisco 49ers in the second wild card spot at 9-4, and then the Chicago Bears in the final wild card spot right now at 9-4 as well. You would not be surprised if maybe half those teams, like if San Francisco made a deep run to the Super Bowl, you wouldn't be surprised. With what we've seen from Sam Darnold and that defense they have in Seattle, and as good as they've been in Seattle, like with JSN and everybody, you would not be surprised if they made a deep run. And then you look at the team that's going to have the worst record in the NFL to get to the playoffs, and it's going to be in the NFC at least. It's going to be whoever wins the NFC South, whether it's Tampa Bay or whether it is the Carolina Panthers. Those are the only two teams that have a shot at winning that division right now, both sitting at 7-6. Tampa Bay with the tiebreaker because of the head-to-head win that they had over the Carolina Panthers earlier this season. If Carolina were to make it to the playoffs, it would be a devastating season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they came in with expectations, right? And that's probably the worst thing you can do to a fan base is give them expectations. Look at the Washington Commanders right now. Everyone was giving them all these expectations. Oh, look, they made it to the NFC Championship game. They're going to be a really good team this year. I told y'all not to buy it. I hope that y'all listened to me, that you didn't put your money down on them making the playoffs and that you put your money down on them missing the playoffs because that's where you would have made the money. Look at what happened with the Detroit Lions as soon as pressure came on them, right? That first season where they make it to the NFC Championship game, that was fun. That was cute. Congratulations to you. You made a deep playoff run for the first time since what? The early 90s, right? Our guy Tommy Cananza tuning in saying, what's up, Tip? What's up, Tommy? Hope that you're having yourself a great day, my friend. You missed the Just the Tip segment. I showed everybody that I got my influencer package. Santa Balls is coming to town. And Tommy, just for you, I'm going to break it out one more time. Santa's gift sack right here, ready to go. You can hang this ornament, and it's a well-made ornament. Like I'm very surprised. Like I thought it was going to be flimsy. I thought it was going to be like paper or something. And then I had to remember that my friends at www.myhappynuts.com don't give us flimsy products. It is a quality product. I feel bad. I see that there's like 25 people that are watching right now. And I'm like hard pressed to think like who is new and who's not new. And I'm guessing there's a lot of new people because there hasn't been a lot of back and forth. That, you know, their introduction to me is me holding up Santa's sack, his gift sack. Get your mind out of the gutter, guys. Full of gifts. The gift that keeps on giving, some would say. People are saying, God, can you imagine that's people's introductions to me? Is me doing that voice? They'll either love it or hate it. I mean, there's that. But I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and I say to myself, they have to win this division, right? There is no route, barring a catastrophic failure from three teams, Seattle, San Francisco, and the Bears, that you can make it in as a wild card team from the NFC South. I just don't see that happening. The same thing with the NFC East. I don't see it happening with them. You can get a wild card team out of the NFC North. But my God, like if you look at what Tampa Bay has to go through, our guy Tommy saying, if you're new, please give it a chance. I promise it's not a perv show, LOL. Well, at least not always. You know, at least we got that. It's not always that bad of a show. Not that bad of a perverted show. But I love Tommy. Thank you for going to bat for me. Again, if you're new, it's different. It's a sports show that's not really a sports show, I guess. We're sports adjacent here at the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. Getting ready, counting us down for Thursday Night Football. Once again, it's a Thursday, so that means we're going to have ourselves a short show. We've got about 2.5 minutes left on today's show, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, actually, now that I look at the clock. But we're here. We're doing it. We got this together, y'all. Tampa Bay has to win tonight, right? Let's look at their remaining schedule for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not diving into the Atlanta Falcons because Atlanta's got no shot. Atlanta's got a better shot at the top 5 pick than they do in the, you know, making it to the playoffs, making a sustained run, doing anything like that. So you just look at Tampa Bay right now. Baker Mayfield, 20 touchdowns, 2,700 yards. Earlier in the season, we're looking at Baker as an MVP. They've got the Falcons tonight and then the Panthers. If Tampa Bay can beat the Carolina Panthers, their road to making it to the playoffs is set. If they lose that game, however, Carolina gets the tiebreaker ahead of them, and now Carolina's in the driver's seat, and you would need something to happen in order to get there. Tommy's saying, I'd rather the Panthers win the South so we don't have to deal with the tiebreakers with Carolina. That would be the good thing, right? That would be a path that helps out the Dallas Cowboys. So maybe I should be leaning more towards Carolina winning the division. And if you've been watching recently, Carolina is a solid team. Like if they won that division, I would not be shocked. But I think I'm with you, Tommy. As a Cowboys fan, I want to see Carolina win that division because, yeah, it makes it easier for the Dallas Cowboys to find a way to sneak into the playoffs. But again, the only route I see for the Cowboys making the playoffs is that they have to win the division. I don't think the NFC East gets 2 teams in the playoffs. I think it's just one. And I feel like it's the exact same way with the NFC South. Tommy's saying what I think everyone's got to say. The Carolina Panthers have shocked the hell out of me this year. They've shocked the hell out of everybody this year. I think even the most diehard, maybe not Sonia, but the most diehard Carolina Panthers fan had to have looked at this season and thought to themselves, we are multiple years away. And again, I'll say it again and again and again. Bryce Young does not look like he can play quarterback, but he's been doing something. Tommy's saying, I can't see Philly dropping 2 more games. I can, right? Like I can see a scenario here. You got to look at who they play, right? Like they play the Raiders. That should be a win. They play the Bills. That's more than likely going to be a loss. Then you play the Commanders twice. You lose to the Bills and you lose to the Commanders and the Cowboys win out. Now you've got something cooking for you. If you're Philadelphia, win 3 out of 4. Tommy's saying only because 3 of the 4 games are versus Washington and Vegas. No, I get you with that. I'm 100% with you. Those are, but we've also seen Philadelphia hasn't been great. Like they should have beaten Dallas. They should have beaten the Chargers. Also, the Chargers, I was worried about that game as a Dallas Cowboys fan. After watching the Chargers on Monday Night Football, that's not a good team. I don't know where people got the idea that the Chargers were a really good team. They are flawed, like very flawed. We'll see how it goes, though. And Tommy's saying about the Philadelphia Eagles, they did lose to the Giants, so maybe, right? Maybe there's a shot. I can see it, man. Split with the commies, because the commies are going to occupy that spot of like, oh, we can play spoiler. Nope. Like that's a great feeling whenever you've had a shitty year. We get to play spoiler. I'm with it on that. If I'm the commies, I'm getting up for both those games. Imagine the bragging rights the Washington Commanders can have if they sweep against the Philadelphia Eagles and they become the reason the defending Super Bowl champions didn't get to make it into the playoffs. Man, I am all about that. I am all about that scenario. I don't think it'll happen, but I am all about that scenario. All right, everybody, I want to thank you so much for tuning into today's show. I appreciate the love and the support. Tommy, as always, you know I got nothing but love for you, my guy. Everyone enjoy Thursday Night Football. No show on Friday because I don't want to waste your time on a Friday. We'll be back on Monday. Maybe a Fire and Ice. I got to talk to Brandon. I haven't spoken to Brandon this week, so we got to figure out what's going to be going on Saturday. If I don't see you, we'll see you all later. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. Have a great night, everybody.